One day, this door is going to open.
When you were overseas, you referred to the president and the former Secretary of State using a derogatory term, which was caught on tape. Do you stand by what you said about the president and the former Secretary of State Clinton?
Absolutely. I would say that very easy. And I'll say it direct. Guess what, though? Obama, what are you afraid of? Come talk to me. Obama, I don't hate your guts. Hillary, I love you. Bill Clinton, I love you.
But his efforts at diplomacy not convincing to some experts in the region.
Rodman's behavior now on both of these trips are just absolutely outrageous. It just aids and abets one of the most dangerous regimes in real time.
But I want to come out and just say this because I want people to understand this. You know, I'm not a traitor. I've never been a traitor. I've never been anything but one thing to make people happy in the world. And that's my whole goal right now, is to make people happy.
Can you hear me?
I'm too tired. How you doing, guys?
It's good. Do you have what does your hat say?
What's my hat say?
Oh, good. Now I can see it.
Let's
so you
make
have
America great again.
All right.
You got it right there? You got it?
I got it. Thank you. So you made your way to Singapore. How important is this to you? You talked a lot about the prospects for peace when we spoke several years ago. Did you think this moment would ever come?
Well, in my heart and soul, when I first went to North Korea, I was very honored to even be selected to go there. And once I went to North Korea, I was didn't really understand what the old situation was as far as being over there. And when I first met Kim Jong-un, I was more like, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what he represented. I didn't know if he was someone important. But I knew something was going on. But once I got familiar with the culture and the situation over there, I got really used to being there. I felt like I was at home.
Now, you know both men. You've spent time with the North Korean leader. You've spent time with Donald Trump. How do you think the two men size up in terms of how they might get along?
Well, I think the fact that Donald Trump would understand the fact that the people of North Korea have a heart, they have soul, charisma, and they love each other. And I think the fact that Kim Jong-un and his family understands that. And I think that country is normally hearing people that's always lying, deceitful, and not trustworthy. And I think that if Trump goes in there with a great heart, with his heart on the table, and let Kim Jong-un see him, really emotional as far as like speaking to him. It ain't got to be about war. It ain't got to be about hatred or what happened in the future or in the past. The past. We'll move on to the future. And I've told people about Kim Jong-un. He's all about the 21st century. He's trying to progress his country. And Donald Trump is going to do a great job is try to reach out and make sure that our hands, Americans, our hands are always open, because as Americans, we have let so many people around the world join us to be happy in one country, that's the United States. And now we have really put ourselves on a line to reach out to North Korea. So let's make this happen. If Trump could pull this off, more power to him.
Dennis, did Kim reach out to you or any of his people reach out to you? The president's people, anybody reach out to you for insight into the other side?
Well, you know what? I've talked to those guys the last 5 years.
Which guys?
And I talked to Kim Jong-un and an administration over there 5 years ago. And he asked me 5 years ago, we sat down for lunch. And he sat down and asked me, hey, Dennis, I would like to ask you three things. If you go back to tell the President of the United States these three things, and I would be willing to talk to him. And it's a true story, and I got my people here that was there that heard the conversation. He said things like, if they can move the ships back from South Korea, I would do what I have to do to listen. If you can move certain things or do certain things, I will listen. My ears will be open. And I tried to do that to Obama. And Obama didn't even give me the time of day. I asked him, I said, I have something to say from North Korea. He just brushed me off. But that didn't deter me. I still kept going back. I kept going back. I showed my loyalty and my trustworthy to this country. And I said to everybody, I said, the door will open.
I
And it was
remember you
amazing.
saying
It's
it.
amazing.
I remember you saying it. Let me ask you
It's
something.
amazing.
Does Kim
It's amazing.
understand English, Dennis?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. When I said those things, when I said those damn things, when I went back home, I got so many death threats. I got so many death threats when I was sitting there protecting everything. And I believed in North Korea. And when I went home, I couldn't even go home. I couldn't even go home. I had to hide out for 30 days. I couldn't even go home. But I kept my head up high, brother. I knew things were going to change. I knew it. I was the only one. I never had no one to hear me. I didn't know one had to see me. But I took those bullets. I took all that. I took everything. Everyone came at me, and I'm still standing. And today is a great day for everybody. Singapore, Tokyo, China, everything. It's a great day.
It is a great
I'm
day.
here to
This
see
is a
it.
historic day.
I'm so happy.
You were saying to me years ago that you thought this would happen.
I'm not in this for no money. I never started this for no money. This is not about Dennis Rodman being the greatest person in the world that lead these two people together. It has nothing to do with that. I just wanted to see it get done so we all can live good together.
Well, here's the
No
first
hatred,
day.
no more hatred of this whole meeting is just going to happen. I think this is going to change a lot, and I hope the fact that President Trump can understand, knowing that Kim is trying to reach
Well,
out
that's
and
the big
trying to
question,
get in the
Dennis.
21st century. Nothing's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time.
100%.
If Kim
100%.
Jong-un and Donald Trump understand that, if they understand the fact that if we just sit there and have a smooth, a comfortable relationship, smile, laugh, joke a little bit, okay, great. It ain't got to be war. It's got to be something that everyone can be comfortable about.
Right.
And I know this meeting is going to be a great meeting.
Did you hear from the White House at all today?
Well, yes, I did. But, and the good thing about it, yes, Donald Trump reached out. He called his secretary, and she called me and said, Dennis, Donald Trump is so proud of you. He thanks you a lot. And that means a lot. You know, because after all these years, I'm glad the fact that this is happening. The world saw it, I saw it, my kids saw it. So you know what? It's just hope for the best. We don't need a miracle. We don't need a miracle. We just need the doors to be open so we can start fresh and make this a better place in the world, baby. That's it. And Donald Trump should take a lot of credit for this because he went out the box and made this happen.
Dennis, it is good to see you. I'm glad you are well. I know that you're on your own journey. Stay healthy, stay happy, and please let us know what you find out about this process. It's good to see you, Dennis Rodman, in Singapore. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother.
All right.
All right, brother.
Jim Clapper, we're looking at the moments earlier. It is bizarre, to say the least, but here I am next to the Director of National Intelligence, former Director for the government, and Dennis Rodman, also known as the Worm for how he played basketball. He is our best resource at this point right now for understanding the minds of the two men, especially Kim Jong-un.
I agree, Chris, and I tell you,
as weird as that is,
as weird as it
to
is,
say,
and
they made a movie about that.
This whole
and
thing,
this is still weird.
This whole thing is unconventional, and believe me, I saw Dennis Rodman I'd never seen before in the course of that interview, and you drew that out of him. There's a lot more depth there than I think meets the eye. And he does understand Kim Jong-un, and all of the rest of us pundits who are kind of amateurs and haven't had that direct contact like he has.